Okay, so we have interest rate of 10%. So, uh, 5,000 that you put in the bank after a year, right? It will become 5,000, right? In 10% it will become 500, 5,500. So we can use the formula of future value to calculate that, right? So future value, want to calculate future value. The present value is 5,000. Okay, and then times 1 plus the interest, okay, plus the interest, which is 0.1, 10%, and multiplied by the number of years, right? So at the end of 1 year, right? So at the end of 1 year, right, this is what it gets. So once you just get 5,000, okay, times oops, 1.1. So you get, that's about roughly 5,500 then. Okay, so now how do we do a reverse, right? We want to know the present value, so we do a reverse or we follow this. We are following this formula then. Okay, so this formula says that it gets the present value. Okay, and want to know the present value of the 5,000 at the end in 1 year time. So it's kind of a reverse, yeah. So we got a future value of 5,500. So you can just see that, and then times 1 plus point 0.1 and a power of 1. Okay, so it's about this 5,500 times 1.1. Okay, so let's do a Excel formula then. Okay, so it's about 5,500 times 1 over 1.1, and you get exactly 5,000. See the point? Okay, so that is a present value, right? You have a 5,500 in 1 year time, but what does it means in present value, right? In today's term, right? In at this time now, it's actually equal to 5,000. So now it's get interesting, right? So now if I want to know that I'm going to receive uh a 5,000, right, in at the end, right? So how much does it work in today's time, right? It's actually 5,000. Now just think about this again, right? 5,500 at a rate of 10% discounted, right? So in today's term it's 5,000. So if you had a um uh what do I say that, right, is that, yeah, somebody give you 5,500 in 1 year time. Okay, and today he wants your 5,000. He wants 6,000. He wants 5,000 and 300, right? Today, no, no, no. Yeah, yeah. Um, Today you loan them 5,000, and then in 1 year's time he give you back 1,000, 5,100. 5,100. Okay, it's 5,100. So does it worth? Well, not really, because right, 5,100 in 1 year time, right, is actually equivalent to just 4,636 today. Now that is how you get the discount factors, right, of this. So yeah, so in terms of strictly from financial points of view, right, it is not worth it, right? Um, but that's just if you say you really want to help the persons, right, then don't worry about that, right? So again, right, let me just recap, right? 5,500 in uh, if you receive 5,500 in 1 year time, right? It's just equivalent to 5,000 today's term, right? You can see that this is the reverse. It's the inverse of future value is the inverse of present value. Present value is the inverse of future value, right? So you can see that the time change that. Okay, so we can say that because of back, right? So we draw a line somewhere here, right? We draw a line, okay. So now in 1 year's time, the 1 year time, right? Is time equals money, right? Well, yes, because of 5,000 that you have now, right? It grows into 5,500. Okay. Now this is 5,500, right? The reverse is the same, right? They have a relationship. If you receive 5,500, but in today's term, right, it's actually just equivalent to 5,000, right? So you can see that the difference is there, right? So again, right, let me just recap that. Um, but if you just receive, if somebody say, right, give me 5,000 today, I'll pay you back 5,300 in 1 year's time, right? So at the interest rate of 10%, not exactly 10% then, right? I'll give you back 5,300, but it's actually just equivalent to 4,800. Uh you lost 200 in today's term, right? Cash term today. Okay, so that is the discounted value. So money in today's term is important. Okay, alright. It's kind of like IRR, right? So it's a part of my revision on my IRR, right? You can see that. No, it's power present value. Okay, I think that's enough. Thank you very much, right? I hope I learned something more about present value. I hope this helped you also.